So in this section of our interaction, we will try to address another form of our hybrid pi model, wherein we can see our BJT transistor to work like an current controlled current source. So we have to see our BJT as CCS, that is current controlled current source, current controlled current source. Okay, current controlled current source. So now I would like to make a small changes, not major changes. So in order to get this particular network, I know that how I'm going to define my IC. So for your reference, I will just keep the circuit. Okay, I will keep the circuit. So I know how I'm going to define my IC. How is my IC defined here? So this is my IC, the current flowing through the collector terminal. How has been this IC defined? IC is defined as GM into VBE. So it means I can write this IC as GM into VBE. Okay. Then I know that I write this GM as this. How I can write this VBE? How I can write this VBE? Any suggestions? Any inputs from your group chat? Any equations that I can use? Any equation that I can use? Yes, please answer in the group chat. Okay, very simple. It was my IB, just like a little bit big so that it's visible to you people. My IB, my IB can be defined as VBE divided by R pi. My IB can be defined as VB by R pi. You can see it. My IB can be defined as voltage across this and the resistance offered by this resistance. So VB by R pi. Then GM into, how I can write this VB now? So I can write this VB as IB into R pi. I can write this as IB into R pi. Okay, then I just shuffle the terms. GM into R pi, I'll define it as 1 term into IB. What is GM into R pi? What is GM into R pi? Yes, students, you have to work on the equations rigorously. What is this GM into R pi? GM into R pi is nothing but beta. So it means my IC can be defined as beta times that of IB. My IC can be defined as beta times that of IB. Then it means the same equation I'm going to model it now. The same equation I'm going to model it. So it means if I want to represent a current controlled current source, then this is the base of my transistor. Okay, I'll be having the resistance, the emitter terminal. Okay, then next I'll be having a current source. Okay, a current source. So this is the emitter terminal. Sorry, this is the emitter terminal. This is collector, and this is the base. Okay. Now, what is that I need to understand over here is that the current, which is my base current IB over here, my collector current IC, my emitter current IE. Okay. Again, this is my R pi. Now, this current is not dependent on the transconductance. Instead, this is beta times that of IB, where this IB is this current. So it means now this source is dependent on the current flowing through this circuit or this branch. Whereas in this particular circuit, this source IC, this source IC was dependent on voltage drop across this resistor. So this was called as voltage dependent current source, but this is dependent on IB. So whereas this is the parameter. So hence this is called as current dependent current source. So this is VCCS and this is CCCS. So this is how I can model my hybrid pi model in two different sections. Okay. So as I said to people that this is a direct version of the interaction. So just for knowledge purpose, in quick time, I would like to make you understand how is the circuit being seen, how is your transistor, okay, so wherein this is your base, the collector and the emitter, how this transistor is being converted into its equivalent circuit. So when I try to convert this transistor into its equivalent circuit, I'll get the circuit somewhat like this. So this is your base resistance RB, and this is the resistance between base and emitter. Okay, then this is your emitter resistance. Then further, I'll be having one diffusion capacitance, which is being shown over here. Okay. Then later, I'll be having. So this is just for a knowledge perspective. Okay. Apart from syllabus, it's for your knowledge perspective. Then further, I'll be having a resistance. Okay, between your base and collector, a capacitance over here. Then further, I'll be having an output resistance. Okay, or I can just show that I'll be having the amplification of current over here, and I'll be having the output resistance into the circuit, and this is representing your collector, this is representing your base, this is representing your emitter. Now we should know that what is this resistance? This is a pure base resistance. It's a pure base resistance. What is this resistance? It's a resistance between base and emitter. What we call it as R pi. And this is emitter resistance. Sorry, this is our resistance between collector to emitter. VCE, when we see that output voltage. So I can say that this is my output resistance. Okay, and normally this particular capacitance, what we have shown over here, let me say this as C1 and C2. This particular model is actually called as pi model. This model is called as pi model because of its structure. Now we may be having a question in the mind, sir, when we have developed the pi model, we didn't have this C1, C2 and this resistance, and even this R naught. Where did they disappear? Now, what is that you people need to understand is, as I said you in the introduction class, that this BJT transistor can be modeled into several models as such. Something called as an RE model, a Y model, T model, H model, etc. So various models are there. Compared to all the models, you are only studying this model. Why so? Because for only one particular reason, the pi model with a small modification can be used both for a small signal and also for a large signal. A same circuitry can be used for a small signal analysis as well as for a large signal analysis. When the other cases, I can use it only for large signals. I cannot use it for small signals because of its disadvantages or drawbacks. This pi model is being used in real time. So you are studying only the model which is being used at real time. You are studying only the model which is being used at real time. Then you may ask a question saying that, sir, Why are we not considering the effect of C2, C1 and this resistance? So when I operate this particular circuit for high frequencies, small signal high frequencies, okay, let me make my statement clear. Small signal high frequencies, let me say a frequency of 1 kilohertz or 10 kilohertz or in terms of megahertz. So I know what is the equation for the reactance. The equation for reactance has been given by Xc is equals to 1 over 2 pi Fc. When the frequency is high, what happens? The reactance offered will be less. It's inversely proportional. But when I'm operating on a small signal for a low frequency, okay, for a small signal low frequency, what happens to these frequencies will be less. If frequency is less, what happens to reactance is high. So reactance is high, it means I'm seeing this as an open circuit. I'm seeing this as an open circuit. I'm seeing this as an open circuit. What happens to this resistance? This resistance is nothing but a junction resistance, and this resistance is high and it can be treated as open circuit. Then where or what has happened to this base resistance? So this resistance is very small enough and it can be treated as a short circuit. So this is what an actual simplification I'm making it. This is how I'm making an actual simplification and migrating myself into a circuit wherein I'll be having a circuit wherein I'll be having just the base terminal, then resistance between your base and emitter, we call it as R pi, we call it as R pi, followed by a source, a current source shown here, and my emitter terminal. So this is my base, the emitter, and collector. Now, since this takes a shape of reverse pi, okay, this is how we write a structure of pi. That's the reason this particular model is said to be as pi model. Okay, so this is how actually this is the original pi model with certain assumptions for small signal low frequencies. We are for small signal low frequencies we are simplifying this. So it's a reason during the interaction I just said that this is a simplified version of our pi model. It's a simplified version of our pi model. Is it clear to you? Okay. Any doubts on this? Any queries? If any queries, please raise it in the group chat. Else, we'll solve a couple of numericals and we can wind up this bit. Is it clear to you? Okay. So now we'll start solving some few numericals. To frankly speaking, numericals are very simple. Only the thing is that you people should know the equations. That's all. Nothing beyond that. Okay. Fine. Take down one numerical. So numerical number 1. So find the values. Find the values of GM, which is called as a transconductance, RE, emitter resistance, and R pi. Given the bias point, beta is equals to 100 and IC is equals to 1 milliamp, Okay, so I want your good support to solve this numerical. Okay, so what he has asked? He has asked us to compute the parameter for GM, RE, and R pi, wherein he has given us the value of beta and IC. All right. So now, first to solve this numerical, so first we should know how we are going to define our GM. How we are going to define a GM? Please answer in the group chat. How we are going to define our GM, a trans conductance. Yes, my dear students. Good, good, Gunjan. I'm able to define my GM. Okay. So actually, we are having various formats. I never neglected. But the thing is that depending upon what is known to you, you should be able to define the equation. Okay. So this GM has been defined as a ratio of IC divided by VT. So now I can write this IC, okay, wherein he has given the value of IC as 1 milliamps. So I can write this as 1 milli divided by VT. What's the value of VT? He has not given us the value of VT. Then what we will do? What's the value of VT? The value of VT is 26 millivolts. Very good. So this you people should remember. He will not give you the numerical. The value of VT will be 26 millivolts. Then what's the answer for this? What's the answer for this? What is the answer? I guess now we'll be searching out for our calculators. Okay, so this turns out as 38.46 milliampere per volt, because it's a trans conductance. Okay, amperes per volt. Okay, SI units, ampere per volt. Okay, then second parameter. What's the second parameter? I need to compute the value of R pi. How to compute the value of R pi? R pi has been given as a ratio of beta divided by GM. Ratio of beta by GM. So beta value he has given it as 100 divided by the value of GM what I have computed as 38.46. And what is the value of this R pi? What is the value of this R pi? It's going to be, you give it in terms of proper SI units and multipliers. It is 2.6 kilo ohms. 2.6 kilo ohms. Okay. The last parameter is Re. What's the value of Re? It is R pi divided by 1 plus beta. R pi divided by 1 plus beta. Then what is R pi here? It is 2.6 K, 2.6 K divided by 1 plus beta. Beta is 100. Then what's the value of Re? What's the value of Re? It is standing as 25.74 ohms. It's standing as 25.74 ohms. Okay, is it clear to you? Good. Fine. So this is one numerical that you people should know. This is how I said you that only if you know the equations you should be able to solve the numerical. Okay, we'll take one more numerical. And to be frankly speaking, these are the unsolved numericals from Cedra-Smith. These are all the solved numericals from Cedra-Smith. These are the unsolved numericals from Cedra-Smith. Okay. Now, this is the last numerical for the day, and for the bit, that is for common emitter amplifier, for a CE amplifier, he has defined IC is equals to 1 milliamp, VCC is equals to 15 volts, RC is equals to 10 kilo ohms, and beta is equals to 100. Find the voltage gain. Find the voltage gain. Find the voltage gain if VBE, if VBE is 0.005 sine omega t volts. Find VC of t and IB of t. Okay. So first, I'll make you understand the question. So what he is asking us? He is asking us for a common emitter amplifier. He has given what is the value of collector current. So this is the DC value. This is a DC value. VCC, a DC reverse biasing voltage. This is a resistance, RC, and he has given us a beta value. He is asking us to compute voltage gain if this is the input AC signal to the common emitter amplifier. This is the input AC signal. Along with that, he is asking us what is the potential at collector terminal and AC potential VC of t and an AC and a combination of your DC and AC base current IB of t. Okay, it's interesting. We'll just solve over this. Okay, so we'll start up with the solution. So first he has asked us to compute the voltage gain. So we know what's the equation for voltage gain. Voltage gain has been defined as, okay, minus ICRC divided by VT. Then what is the value of IC? The value of IC is 1 milli into, what's the value of RC? The value of RC is 10 kilo ohms divided by, what's the value of VT? 26 millivolts. 26 millivolts. And what is the value of the gain? What is the value of the gain? Yes, do answer me in the group chat. My dear students, make it fast because I want to project my screen and show to you the syllabus and make you confirm that we are able to discuss all the topics as per the syllabus. So this stands to be as minus 384.6. 384.6. Okay, so it's a voltage gain. So no SI unit. So it's voltage by voltage. So there will be no, so it is dimensionless. Okay. Then now we are able to compute the first parameter, that is voltage gain. Now we have to compute VC of t and IB of t, right? So now how to compute this VC of t? So this VC of t can be defined as, so now this is small vc of t. So this VC of t, how I can define? So this is the output voltage. How I can define output? Output can be defined as gain AV into input. What is input? Input is VBE. Okay, I'm using a simple equation. What is gain? Gain is V out by V in. So what is V out? AV times that of VI. Right? AV times that of VI. So I know what is my AV. My AV is what? Minus 384.6 into VBE. He has given us as 0.005 sine omega t. Okay, so if I take this inside, what is the value of my VC? Just multiply this. Take this, multiply to this term. What is the magnitude? Good. I should get it minus 1.92. Minus 1.92 sine omega t. So this is the value of VC of t. This is the value of VC of t. But if at all if I want to identify what is the combination of AC DC signal, that is nothing but my small v and capital C. So if I want to compute the combination of AC DC signal, this can be given as VC DC drop minus ICRC. Okay, So I know that how is this DC drop being given? This DC voltage drop, so this I can write this as a small v into capital C is equals to Vc minus a small vc. This small vc is what I am able to compute over here. So I'll write a small v like this so that you not get confused. Okay, then how I can write this? Small vc is equals to how I can write this? VCC minus ICRC minus VC. So we have used this kind of expression in our derivation of voltage gain, if you remember, right? So VC is equals to VCC is how much? 15 volts minus what's the collector current? Collector current is 1 milliamps into RC resistance is 10 kilo ohm minus what is this VC? 1.92 into sine omega t. Then what's the value of VC? Just solve this data. How much you should get? 15 minus 10 milli into 10k. My dear students, this is milli. Milli kilo get cancelled. 10 into 1, 10. 15 minus 10, 5. How much time do we require? 5 minus 1.92 sine omega t. This is your answer. Am I right? So it should be 5 minus 1.5 minus 1 point, sorry, minus of minus, sorry, just a minute. I'm getting a answer saying that it's a plus. How come? No, it is proper. This is right, I guess. You'll not get a plus symbol because milli kilo get cancelled. 15 minus 10 is 5. 5 minus this term. This is proper. Okay. So you should get this as uh, 5 minus 1.92 sine omega t. Okay. So this is the equation for Vc of t. Important part, what you people should understand over here is, this first term 5 is representing an DC term. Okay, and this term is representing an AC term. That is what this is, a superposition of both DC and AC component. It's a superposition of DC and AC component. Understanding? Is it clear to you? So you should not just get the answers, you should be able to understand what is the meaning of this answer. The first term is a pure DC term and the second term is an AC term. Okay, then next I need to compute what is the equation for IB. What's the equation for IB? The equation for IB is being defined as IB plus IB. Understanding? Now, as already we have worked on these equations, I know that this IB can be defined as IC divided by beta plus IC into VBE divided by beta times that of VT. So I need to just substitute the value over here. Okay. So when I just substitute the value over here, what is the equation I'll be getting? I'll be getting the equation such as IB is equals to okay. So what's the value of IC? It is 1 milli divided by beta. Beta is 100 plus what's the value of IC? It's once again 1 milli into what is VBE? 0.005 sine omega t divided by 100 into VT is how much? 26 millivolts. Then what is the value of IB? What's the value of IB? Still you are having a confusion that this is plus or minus? Okay, I'll ask you a simple question. Okay, if we're having answer y is equals to, okay, this is a minus b minus c. What we will do? This minus of minus will become plus. A minus b, you will get one result, right? So that result is nothing but d. Then what we will write? D minus c. Yes or no? So don't take this minus again inside here. Yes, what's the answer for IB? Simple mathematics, man. No, Archana, you are still wrong. If the value of c is negative, then minus of minus will be positive. No, that I know. That minus of minus is taken as a positive value. So this fundamental is known to me. But I am asking you a simple question. A minus b minus c is the equation. So first what you will do? A minus b will do. Right? So when you do a minus b, you will get answer as d. Are you operating on this? No. You are keeping this as it is. So therefore it is b minus c. If you were taking this minus c in this term minus b inside, y is equals to a minus b minus c. If you were taking this minus b inside, then at that time minus of minus will become plus. Yes or no? This is not into. We are having minus sign here. Okay. What is the value of IB? Good. The value of IB is found to be as, yes, give me the value of IB. Equation for IB, what are you going to get? So I can write this as 10 plus 1.923, 1.923, okay, sine omega t. So wherein this is defined in terms of microamps. Okay, so this is defined in terms of the microamps. Is it clear? Okay, so this is what we have to compute. So when again the first term is talking about the DC quantity, and this is talking about the AC quantity. Okay, fine. So now I'll just project my screen.